The Central Corentyne Chamber of Commerce marked a significant milestone on Saturday, February 15, 2025, with a special dinner at its headquarters in Williamsburg, Corentyne, to celebrate 20 years of service to the business community and, by extension, the country. The event saw the presence of past and present presidents of the Chamber, executive members, members of the Chamber, Minister of Natural Resources, Vikram Bharat, and other special invitees. As part of the program, Mr. Rowan Murray, past president of the Berbice Chamber of Commerce, gave an insightful speech on the origins of the Central Corentyne Chamber of Commerce and extended his congratulations to the Central Corentyne Chamber of Commerce on this remarkable achievement.
Now, in the year 2004, the Association of Regional Chamber of Commerce, which was headed by Mr. Bukwan, they had enough. And for this Chamber of Commerce being a member of that organization, we had several discussions, and it was decided that there is need for a Chamber of Commerce in this Central Corentyne area, because they had one up in Skeleton, they have Corentyne Chamber, you have Berbice Chamber of Commerce, you have the Roosevelt Chamber of Commerce, you have Bartica, you have Rupaluli, and that one in the East Coast of Demerara, and so forth, West Demerara and so forth. It was said that it was time that we form a chamber in the Central Corentyne area. Now, I was the president of the Berbice Chamber of Commerce at that time, together with Mr. Ramesh Maharaj. We were given the task of trying to see how we could get a chamber in this area. So what we did is that we came in the afternoon and we invited a number of persons, business people, to come to a meeting at the Lions Den. Well, at that meeting a number of persons came, and some discussion we had some discussion and whatnot, and we find that we were not able to get it going at that time. So after a short while, we came back again and invited business people again, and at this second meeting, we had a bigger turnout, and we were able to elect a body to get things going. At that meeting, Mr. Adrian and Maya was elected as the president, the first president, and we had a secretary and treasurer and so forth. And they were the person, Mr. Raghunandan, Mr. Raghunath from the bank, and Mr. Kodai, and Mr. Tejpal. So, and they were able to take the chamber from there and bring it together with other persons along the line to the stage that it is here today. I was confident that the members of the chamber and the president over the years for the hard work we have done in bringing the chamber to this stage, to a chamber which is very well recognized throughout Guyana and which has been doing very well and is continuing to do it. I hope they'll continue to do well, and I hope that the chamber, what they have been doing, right, that other chambers around the country can emulate.
The president of the Central Corentyne Chamber of Commerce, Mr. Punai Bigrug, in his extensive remarks, highlighted the advocacy efforts and accomplishments of the chamber over the years, as well as its continued commitment to business development and economic growth in the region.
The chamber has been actively engaged in practical initiatives that have brought real benefits to our community. Our impressive headquarters, this building that we are in today, is the work of the Central Corentyne Chamber of Commerce. And as Adrian said, I'd like to thank Mr. Rafiq. Our 20th anniversary. He was very instrumental, very helpful, and to get this building up and running as it is. We have strengthened cross-border economic ties by signing a memorandum of understanding with the Suriname-Guyana Chamber of Commerce. Our partnership we have partnered with Republic Bank, Mr. Baram Shane, one of our founding members, and Guy Siko, And we have led many refurbishment. We have done a lot of work with Albion Sports Complex, which was our home for Maurice Expo for the first, for about 15 years, actually. We have done Maurice Expo there. They recognizing the dire need for fire protection. We have pioneered the construction of the first ever fire station that was privately built, and it was built by Central Corentyne Chamber of Commerce in Rosal Town. An area that previously had no such facility. We have also contributed to the rehabilitation of the Philip Austin ISF Police College at Adventure, reinforcing our commitment to community safety and development. I must also say that for last year, that's last year, proceed from our budget, we have expended in excess of $2.3 million at the Kanchi Welfare Ground. That's a project that we have did last year. And for this new year, from our proceed from last year Expo, myself and Mr. Jodo, we recently visited the Dharamshala at Kanchi. And we saw that there was some need that the chamber, this is one of the things that we try to do every year. We try to give back to the community, because the community is who support us. They're the ones who are here for Expo, they're the ones who come out to support the Expo. So we take proceeds from the Expo and try to use it back into the community. Myself and him, we went there last Wednesday, and there is a dire need there. So at the meeting, we were there on Tuesday. Wednesday we had a meeting, and the chamber has pledged $1 million we are going to be spending on the Dharamshala in another few days. We're going to have them to upgrade, and we're going to get their facility to try to make life better for the seniors or the citizens there. We have much to be proud of, but our work is far from over. As we step into the future, let us remain focused on our mission to represent and promote the business interests of Central Corentyne and Guyana at large.
Past presidents of the Central Corentyne Chamber of Commerce also took the opportunity to share reflections on the Chamber's journey over the past 2 decades.
Over the years, we have made an indelible mark. We have left a big footprint in Berbice and in the country. We're very proud of our achievements. And one of the signature things that we have done was bringing the Berbice Expo and Trade Fair to Berbice. And we have had 18 expositions so far, almost as long as we have been in existence. So that was our brainchild, myself and Mr. Punai, and supported by the Chamber of Commerce, collaborated with the government of Guyana. At that time was the Ministry of Tourism, and the minister was Mr. Mansour Nadir. Had some interesting meetings, some interesting discussions with him, and a lot of help from him and Mr. Percival Boyce. Those of you who remember, was very, very helpful to get us going. And that event has helped us to transform as a Chamber of Commerce. It has helped the Berbice area. It is a calendar event now, and it brings so much benefits to the business people.
As a past president of the Chamber, it's important for us to be part of this important journey and the junction where we are today. 20 years, it's remarkable. And those who have stood with the Chamber day in, day night, and this Chamber got a tradition. When you become the president, the board is on your shoulder. And that's now. And we must recognize that the person who is behind you is your wives. And we never recognize it. So I want to give all the ladies a round of applause. You have made your achievement as well to make this chamber a success. Because you supported us on this journey to where we are today.
We got getting a call from, to Mr. Duku, that we wanted to go to Suriname to have a meeting. So 3 presidents in Burmese, myself, Mr. Mark Corentyne, and Mr. Abraham Soknat, we traveled to Niperi by back track. And I must say, the first time I went to that little boat, going over was okay, but coming back was a little scary. I never traveled back track again. Mr. Duku flew in to Paramaribo and drove up for the meeting in Niperi. And that started a partnership between Guyana and Suriname. The following year, we had a big 3 or 4 day summit at the Arthur Chunk Convention Center. The summit was supposed to be held in Burmese, but of course, at that time, and I still don't think we have the capacity in terms of hotels to accommodate all those persons who are coming over from Suriname for that summit. Thankfully, we now have the Guyana Suriname Chamber of Commerce. But that process started way back in 2014.
You know, many people do not know that what a chamber does. Like for instance, there are a lot of things we do in the background that people may not be aware of. Like as he said, when you have crime, we go and meet with the police, and we try to find out, we go and meet with the commissioner, and we try to find out what are the systems in place and that kind of stuff. Now, first thing I want to say is this. This chamber has been one of the most vocal over the years, as far as I'm aware. Has been one of the most vocal chamber. You will see us very often in the press. And over the last 20 years, we have made a lot of statements. We have had our say.
Delivering the feature address, Minister of Natural Resources, Vikram Bharat, commended the Chamber for its dedication to business development and economic progress in Burmese, and reaffirmed the government's support for regional investment and growth.
Let me, on behalf of His Excellency Dr. Mohamed Irfan and the Government of Guyana, congratulate the Central Corentyne Chamber of Commerce for your achievement of 20 years of serving the business community in Region 6. I want to also extend our congratulations and commendations to the current president, as well as all the former presidents, executive members, members of the chambers, and those who supported in ensuring that today we can speak here so proudly of the achievement of the chambers over the last 20 years. And also to do it in such an enthusiastic manner, and a manner in which I can definitely tell that there is much, much more to come from the Central Burmese Chamber of Commerce with regards to development in Region 6. What I really appreciate here this evening is the togetherness. It's basically a cohesive unit of professionals working together in the interests of Region 6. And that is why I believe this chamber has been so successful over the last 20 years. It is very important, and I think one of the speakers before me mentioned the family type atmosphere that you enjoy. And I've been here for a short while, and I actually witnessed that. I've observed that. And you must be commended for that. And I'm stressing on it because you know very well that there are many chambers and organizations around the country that don't have this kind of cooperation and the kind of unity that exists among you here tonight.
In recognition of the Chamber's commitment to economic development, awards were presented to the sponsors of the Burmese Expo and Trade Fair, honoring their role in making the event a cornerstone of business and trade in the region. As the Central Corentyne Chamber of Commerce celebrates this significant milestone, it remains dedicated to empowering businesses, strengthening the regional economy, and contributing to national development.